What's going on here?
Mr. Peterson?
I'm Peterson.
Don't be scared, but you are dead. My name is Dan. I'm going to be taking you to the afterlife. This is my assistant. His name is Greg. He's not really an assistant. He's more like a trainee. He's more like a temporary trainee. He's like an intern.
That's not true. I'm his assistant, and I'm going to be taking over his position.
That's false.
No, I don't want to lie to him.
You know, I thought we weren't going to be arguing.
That's up to you.
How about you take a seat? So, Mr. Peterson, are you feeling comfortable?
Why do you ask that? Of course he's not comfortable.
You don't know that. You don't know if he's comfortable or not.
I do know that. I've been dead before.
I need to know. This is how we get rated for our job.
I could tell you right now, he's uncomfortable.
You don't know that. You can't read minds. You have no idea. This conversation is ending right now. So, I know you're probably pretty scared right now. Death can be kind of a scary thing. But the important thing to remember is that death gives life meaning. So there's a metaphor I always like to bring up. Imagine life is like going to a Taco Bell and you sit down and you order a cheesy gordita crunch. Now, when you get there and you start eating it, there's like a soft outer shell. But then underneath it, there's that crunchy Dorito shell that gives it that extra bite that sort of is like, whoa, life is real crunchy right now. That's ultimately how life is. There's so many flavors and textures and crunches, and now you get to sit back. And it's over, but you get to savor that delicious meal.
What the hell are you talking about?
I can't believe you're interrupting me again.
You're talking about Taco Bell right now. The man is passed.
I'm using a metaphor to describe how life is a delicious meal.
Not every meal is delicious.
All right, now we're just not talking about anything. You see what you've done? Now he's uncomfortable and confused.
You've been to Taco Bell, right? It's delicious.
Are you hungry? Did we need to eat before you left?
I'm not hungry, and I did eat before we left. And yes, it was a cheesy gordita crunch.
Okay, Mr. Peterson wants to hear about universal truths. He doesn't want to talk about Taco Bell right now.
When somebody dies, I think the last thing they want to hear is anything about death.
No, Mr. Peterson wants to talk about this. No, he doesn't want to talk around it. He wants to talk about
I
it.
am talking about it through the prism of the cheesy gordita crunch.
No.
I don't want you moving that chair. I told you not to move that chair earlier. I told you in the car not to move that chair. You're completely disrespecting me.
Okay. I apologize, Mr. Peterson. Dan clearly is irresponsible, and he will no longer be in this position in the future.
Okay, so now it feels like you're verbally attacking me right now.
Okay, well, I'm not attacking you. If anything, you're attacking yourself, Dan, and you're attacking the intelligence of this man, the man they call Peterson.
So I would never attack Mr. Peterson. That's a terrible thing for you to say. You seem very angry, very calculating, very unscrupulous. Frankly, it's like you're a big snake.
I'm being professional in this position, and that's what our clients want to hear.
I think what Mr. Peterson wants is just a friendly smile and a kind way about you. You look like a frightening penguin.
A penguin?
Yeah.
A penguin,
An
you say?
unsettling penguin.
I'm trying to make Mr. Peterson actually comfortable, like he's in good hands. You're wearing sweatpants, you're wearing a sweatshirt, and you're making Mr. Peterson very uncomfortable. You're making this like it's some kind of flighty deal. It's not a flighty deal, it's real. It's real. Mr. Peterson, you're dead.
All right, you know what? You take over on this. I'm going to sit back and let you say what it is you need to say.
Okay, wonderful. So, Mr. Peterson, I understand that this is an uncomfortable situation, and we can acknowledge that. The situation that you're in is that you have passed, unfortunately. You seem to have had a long, meaningful life. And right now I will be taking you to a door, a large, ornate door it's more like a portal, actually. Well, it's kind of like a water slide sort of thing. But I'll open the door, and you'll walk through the door, and that door will take you to the afterlife.
What's behind the door?
Not really sure what happens afterward.
You don't know? When you died, didn't you go through the door? Doesn't everyone go through the door?
I mean, I went through. I kind of put my foot in there. I kind of
Put
walked
your
back.
foot through and you walk back?
Yeah,
So
but you're not. You're just gonna go right through it. That'll be nice, right?
Well, why can't I walk back? Like you did?
It's kind of like Really,
I don't want to go through the door. What do you think about that?
well, you gotta go through the door, Mr. Peterson.
I have to go through the door?
Yeah.
Did you go through the door?
No, I didn't go through the
Then why
door.
the hell do I have to go through the door? None of this is making any sense.
I'm sorry. Is your name Jack?
No. No, I'm James Peterson. My friends all call me Jen.
I think we might have the wrong Peterson. This guy isn't Jack Peterson. I think you might be alive.
So what do we do in this situation?
I mean, I usually leave
How many times have you done this before?
a couple times. I mean, everybody makes mistakes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Peterson, but Dan made a mistake today.
I told you to review the page.
I more skimmed through the paperwork.
Skimmed it.
So I'm not dead?
No. You're alive. You've got another 2 years.
Well, don't tell him that. All right, sorry about that, Mr. Peterson.
Have a good day, Mr. Peterson.